everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Peep's Corner. And this week I want to show you how to make my Thai-inspired chicken soup. It's kind of a clear broth soup, easy to make, and does have quite a few ingredients, probably compared to most soups. But I get a lot of requests for it. People always ask me to make it when they're over. And I just happen to be making it tonight, so I figured it'd be a good idea to kind of share this recipe with you guys. So once we head back inside, I'll start with going over the ingredients, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are back in my kitchen. Got my two sous chefs with me here. There's Suki, always waiting for food, and my big boy Coda. They're always in the kitchen when Dad's cooking. It's awesome. Okay, so let me just go over the ingredients here for you guys, and then we'll continue on with cooking the soup. But what you're gonna want to start with, we've got some chicken here, and this chicken is cooked already. We cooked the whole fryer, or my wife did actually, and took all the meat off the bone, and just kind of left it shredded here. We used it for sandwiches for a couple of days, and now we're gonna put it in the soup, and we're gonna crumble this into the soup later. Oh, very, very important ingredient. Wine. Always have wine when you're cooking. Helps keep you inspired. This happens to be the 337 wine. It's the my usual daily drinking wine. All right. Green onion, which I've already chopped up here. 3 of them. So you're going to want that. Cabbage, which you'll probably wind up using maybe 75% of it. You might use the whole thing. It just depends on how big the cabbage is. I used to just get a small one, and we can fit most of it into the soup. The chicken broth, which you can find here. These are two 32-ounce containers of chicken broth, and that's usually enough to make the soup with. You might wind up adding a little water later. If you happen to add any more than, say, 2 cups of water to make more, I would add a chicken bouillon cube. Anytime you go with 2 cups of water to it, you're going to thin it out a little too much, and you're going to lose a lot of flavor that way. So for every 2 cups of water, I add 1 chicken bouillon cube. But this should be enough. These 2 should be enough to get you going. All right, you're going to want onion powder, celery salt, or celery seeds. Sorry, not celery salt, celery seed. And you're not going to use a lot of that, just a little. Standard black pepper. The Himalayan pink salt, we switched over to this. We don't use any white salt in the house anymore. This is what we've been using. If you do a little research, you'll find out that something like 71 different minerals are taken out of the white table salt, which you're missing out on. And when you buy the pink Himalayan salt, you get those 71 minerals that actually keep you healthy. Good stuff. You're going to want garam masala, ground turmeric, the ground ginger. Now this, I found at Vaughn's last time we were there. This is actually a Thai seasoning, but the main ingredient is lemongrass, and that's really what you want. So if you can't find this, if you can find real lemongrass or just a tube of ground lemongrass, that'll work. That's what you're looking for. Garlic, if you want to use whole garlic cloves, fresh garlic, that's fine. We usually just get the minced garlic, like this, in a big tub. And fish oil, which you won't use a lot of. This goes a long way. You don't need to use a lot of fish oil when you're making dishes with it. And this bottle here will probably last a few months, actually, probably. So good stuff. You need that. And then over here, we're cooking the basmati rice. And you do want to cook the rice first, just like you cook the chicken first. Cook your rice first. And basmati rice has actually become one of our favorites. But if you have white rice, that'll work too. And then a big pot. And you should be all set to put it all together. Now, once the rice is done cooking, I'll go ahead and start putting all this together. So we'll see you then. Be right back. Hey guys, so the rice is almost done cooking for the Thai chicken soup, Thai inspired, excuse me, chicken soup, and I just wanted to go over a few of the benefits, health benefits specifically about this particular soup. Chicken soup itself has just been served for thousands of years to cure all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of minerals and vitamins in chicken soup, which benefit the body. Turmeric, and again, you're not using a lot of it in this soup, but turmeric is a wonderful spice, especially ground up, and helps with all types of inflammations throughout the body, headaches, things like that. Any kind of pain you're feeling, turmeric's a great solution for that, as opposed to popping some kind of pill. And then, of course, you have the other ingredients. Garlic has been known to be a very successful antibiotic, antiseptic. Great for all kinds of stuff, both internal and external throughout the body. Do a little research online, you'll find out some good stuff about garlic. Plus all the other ingredients too. You just try to use as fresh ingredients as you can. If you can find, organic chicken, which might be a little more expensive, but totally worth it. The flavors, so much better. It's fresh. And same thing with the cabbage and the green onion. If you can find it fresh or grow it yourself, even better. Then the flavors of the soup are just going to be phenomenal, and you're going to love it. Okay, so just waiting for the rice to finish. As soon as it's done, we'll hop back in and start putting it all together. All right, so we're back, and here I am, barefoot in the kitchen, like a good man should be. Anyway, our rice is done cooking. I've opened the lid, let the steam out. You kind of want to let that dry out a little bit so you don't add any unnecessary water to the soup once you start putting the rice in. But let's start putting this together. So what I'm going to do is start with the chicken stock. We're going to get these going. If I can ever open these damn things. Okay, and with a big pot like this, the chicken stock should, these 32 ounces at least, should fill it up just a little less than halfway, and that's pretty much what you're looking for. Alright, heat's going to go on now. We're going to go right around medium heat with it. We don't want it to start boiling just yet. Alright. We're going to start adding our chicken. So we want that chicken flavor to get in there first. We're going to start taking these pieces and just start crumbling them in there. Just literally crumble. Crumble your chicken in there like that. This particular soup is inspired by a restaurant that some friends of mine and I took dinner there a few times too. Used to go to all the time, called Thai Ramen. And they used to serve this. We used to go there for lunch when we were all working over at Bank of America, Countrywide, whatever. And yeah, dogs get that. And they used to serve this chicken soup before bringing out the meal. And finally one day, I loved it so much, I broke down and asked the waitress for the recipe, and she gave it to me. And I kind of mixed it up a little bit, as I usually do with recipes, and gave it my own little twist. With the especially with things like the turmeric and the garam masala. Those aren't in the original dish, but I love adding that little bit of Indian flavor to the dish, and it's healthy for you. Turmeric's very good for you. You can find turmeric in curry. It's one of the main ingredients in curry, too. So if you like curries, then you're getting a pretty sufficient intake of turmeric as well. Alright, so I'm done crumbling the chicken. Always make sure you wash your hands.
pretty much between handling anything.
Everybody wonders why I'm not sick all the time. That's one of the reasons. Always wash your hands. Alright, so our chicken's all crumbled up. It's in the chicken stock here. Getting warmed up. And we want to start going and putting our ingredients in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is the garlic. That's usually the next thing I do. And come over here. We'll get a tablespoon. And for this amount of soup, I'm going to use 2 large, kind of heaping tablespoons of minced garlic. 1, 2. Garlic's very good for you. Alright. Garam masala. 1 tablespoon. This is very easy. Pretty much all of the ingredients are 1 tablespoon. A little bit like that, not too heaping. Onion powder. And I don't usually measure. I just kind of go with it. But I'm measuring for the sake of this video. So, onion powder, about 1 tablespoon. Again, not super heaping. Turmeric. We're going to go with about ½ tablespoon. You don't need a lot of turmeric. Turmeric's got a really distinct flavor. So right about there. Alright. Ground ginger, same thing. You don't need a lot of it. Very powerful stuff. I would probably use about, it's about 1/4 tablespoon when I get done. About that much. Okay. Celery seed. Same thing. Probably 1/4 tablespoon, maybe half. Somewhere in there, right in between. Good strong flavor, you don't need a lot of it. Our salt's in a grinder, the pink Himalayan salt. And I think we figured out that about 10 grinds equals about 1 tablespoon. Or a teaspoon, actually. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put about maybe 5 grinds in here, maybe 6. It doesn't need a lot. The chicken's got a lot of saltiness in it with the way we cooked it. And with the other spices you've got in there and the chicken stock, you don't need a lot of salt. So I'm just going to put maybe 5, 6 grinds in there, just like that. Fresh ground pepper. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the shaker and just kind of eyeball it. The salt and pepper is usually to taste anyway. So as the soup starts cooking, as you got into cooking it, you've got all the ingredients in there, with the exception of the rice. Give it a taste every so often. See if it needs a little bit more salt for your taste. See if it needs a little more pepper for your taste. Okay, so I'm just going to give a few shakes. All right, the Thai seasoning, or lemongrass, we're going to go with 1 full tablespoon. Good heap of it. Big heaping tablespoon of it, like that. Toss that in there. If you have fresh lemongrass, go ahead and chop it up. And I'd say anywhere between 4 and 5 stalks should be enough for you. Alright. And then the last ingredient is the fish oil. And this is brand new, so I need to open this up. Maybe. There we go. And again, fish oil is an ingredient that you don't need a lot of. Very, very potent, strong flavor. So I'm going to do about half a tablespoon. Just like that. Toss that in there. Alright. Get yourself a big old spoon. Give it a good stir. Let all that stuff kind of meld together. And while the rice was cooking, I finished chopping up our green onions and our cabbage. And the cabbage, I actually wound up only using half of that small cabbage that you saw in the beginning. So that's probably all you're going to need. You won't need much more cabbage than that. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat back up. And on this particular stove, 8, so somewhere between medium high and high. And we're going to bring that to a boil and let all those flavors kind of start coming together. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it back down to boil it for... Yeah, he's looking forward to the soup. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to let it boil for not much more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't take any longer than that. Go ahead and turn it down to a simmer after that. And you're going to let all that stuff simmer together for maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, somewhere in there. And so we're going to go ahead and get that done, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now we've got a slow kind of rolling boil kind of going on with the soup. This is the time we want to add our green onion. What this is going to do with the green onion, when you add it into a boiling liquid like that, you're going to really extract those oils from the green onion. It's going to really flavor the soup really good. So we're going to add all that in there. We're going to mix that around a little. Get it going. Put those flavors in there. Okay, we've got that boil going. The last two things we're going to add in are going to be the cabbage and the rice. We're going to leave that towards the end. The rice, again, we don't want it to soak up too much of the liquid. It's already cooked, so it shouldn't do that too much. But you still want to save it to the last. And the cabbage, you want to put that in towards the end too. That'll leave a good texture for you. That'll still have a bit of crunch in it. And that's kind of what you're looking for when we make this soup. So we're going to let this finish boiling like it is right now. I'm going to go ahead and simmer it. Turn it down to 1 or low, whatever is a good simmer for you. And we're going to cover it. And we're going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to add the last 2 ingredients. Give it about another 5 minutes. And it's ready to serve. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, so our soup's been simmering here for about 20 minutes. And go ahead and take the lid off here, give it a good stir. Now, I did taste it about halfway in, about 10 minutes in, and I did go ahead and add just a pinch more of the salt and a pinch more of the pepper. Not a lot. Alright, so at this point, after 20 minutes, we want to go ahead and add our rice, cooked rice, and again, this is basmati rice. It does have a unique flavor. White rice will work though. You're literally just going to dump it all in. This is 1 cup of basmati rice, by the way. And I probably should have told you that in the beginning. So I'll put a little text up there when we get to that point in the beginning of the video. And then we're going to add our cabbage. And just toss all that in there. And the cabbage, however you want to chop, it's fine. I usually do like a little bit of a julienne and then go across it to give it kind of a square type cut. Alright, we're going to mix all that in. Now the soup will stop simmering when you do that. You've added some cooler ingredients to it. And you kind of wind up looking with something like that, which is awesome. And then one final last touch, little secret ingredient. 1 teaspoon of cane sugar or raw sugar. Not a lot. 1 teaspoon, that's all you need. A little bit of secret hint there. Alright, we'll give it a good stir. Make sure everything's blending nice inside there. We're going to recover it. We're going to turn the heat up just slightly, maybe to 2, 2.5, somewhere in there. And we're going to let it go for about another 10 minutes, and it's ready to serve. We'll see you then. Okay, so we've been letting this simmer for about 10 minutes after we added the cabbage and the rice, and a little bit of sugar to it. And it's ready to go. So the way you want to serve this is just kind of lay it into a bowl. But you want to serve it with some good bread. And here we have a nice round loaf of garlic and onion infused bread. Big old chunks of garlic in there. It's going to be awesome. And slather some butter on it. You're good to go. And that's it. That is the Thai-inspired chicken soup that I make. And hope you guys enjoy it. So that is the Thai-inspired chicken soup that I like to make, and I hope you guys try it at home. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Either comment in the sections below or shoot me a note on Facebook. Shoot us an email. Either way you want to question us. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the page, and thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.